Hey there, boys and girls. The next thing we're going to discuss is linkage institutions. This short mini lesson will tell you what they are and how they impact policy and politics. This would make an excellent short answer question covering the standard for your grade. Let's begin. First, turn to page 11 of your notes and write this in. Okay? I'm talking about this section right here. What are linkage institutions? This little box will be for our definition. Then do this drawing. Take up about 5, 6, 7, 8 lines for that on your page 11. Make sure you draw all these little red circles as the people and these arrows. This is our government building. Sorry for the poor drawing. Finally, write down this question. How do linkage institutions impact policy and politics? Take a moment to do that and pause the video. Okay. Now that you're done with that, we're going to go ahead and explain what linkage institutions are. I have a bunch of pictures and words over here. Feel free to add the words, but you do not have to obviously draw the pictures here. Linkage institutions are the following. They are a structure or group that connects people to government. These are essential things or tools, you might think of them as, that get people involved in politics. Without them, our voting numbers would likely be far less than what they are in the present time. Linkage institutions, once again, are a structure or group that connects people to government. What kinds of things are we talking about here? Let's find out. We're talking about elections. I'm going to throw that word right here, so we'll go ahead and write that in here. Elections connect the people to government, right? We can elect people to serve us in government, or we can elect them out of government or impeach them if we're not happy. Another way is media. Go ahead and write that word about right there. The media connects people to government, okay? What are we talking about? We're talking about NBC, CNN, Fox News. Think about the messages that Fox News sends about the Republican Party, which they support, and how they supported Donald Trump positively throughout the last years, 2016 to 2020. How has CNN combated the Republicans and Trump in the media and tried to encourage people to vote opposite of the Republican Party? All those things right up here, all those media groups definitely impact people's participation in government. Therefore, they connect people with government. Okay, and get rid of that. Another thing is interest groups. I'm going to put this right down here. Interest groups that people are involved in, particularly the NRA. What a wonderful example. The National Rifle Association. This is a group put together to support the Second Amendment, which is individuals' rights to bear arms. Okay? The NRA is a very, very Republican group, despite whoever might be the Republican candidate. They withhold that right. They don't withhold it, but they preach the right of that Second Amendment in our Constitution to bear arms, and that is a Republican policy. So the interest group of the NRA would be pushing for people to vote Republican and to keep that Second Amendment right. They would oppose the Democrats' extended gun control laws. Finally, the fourth one is political parties. Political parties do various things, as we've learned, to garner or raise support to unify people in government, to get things done. What things are we talking about? These four things right here, boys and girls. You probably want to jot these down. Political parties have a party platform. They choose a stance on issues and beliefs like abortion, immigration, gun rights, economic policy, things like that. They mobilize voters. They get these individuals to get involved in elections, and particularly to vote a certain way. It would be, for example, voting against extended gun rights. That's what the Republicans would do. They recruit candidates from the general public to serve for them. And finally, they manage a campaign. Okay? They pick people to serve as campaign managers. They're very, very convincing individuals that get groups of people to serve a political party. So how do these interest groups, media, elections, and political parties, how do they impact policy as linkage systems? The answer is easy. Okay? They influence voting through education. They influence policies and lawmaking. The LIs right here, Linkage Institutions, they also unify a party to get work done. This, again, is a very simple concept. The NRA, the media, the AARP, which is an older American group that serves the interest of the older population, they all do their work to help convince individuals to vote certain ways. So that is how they educate people. They preach their policies. They preach their beliefs. They encourage or garner and raise support in these groups, and they get them to vote and encourage them to vote in certain ways. And what does that do? It unifies, it brings these people together under a common goal to get things done, boys and girls. That's it. That wraps up the notes.